seems very rare.
As far as like just staying there, not transferring.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's definitely special. It definitely means something that you trust the school, trust your coach, and trust with the game plan they have for you to just stay there all 4 years. Because a lot of people don't do it. I mean, and there's a lot of distractions out here. So I understand. You know, when you aren't forced to do something the hard way or the traditional way, why would you? You know. So I understand it, but you know sometimes you gotta do it the other way too. Just stick it out.
You've expressed a lot of confidence in Bobby as a coach. Have you thought about the possibility of being back next year?
I'm just focused on tomorrow. That's all. That's really what I'm doing. I mean, I don't even know what I'm gonna eat later. So, so you know.
Sure.
How about kind of trying to come back and obviously going against an opponent that kind of had your number pretty good the last time, and how do you kind of get past that mental hurdle of remembering what happened the last time?
I mean, yeah. You don't forget a loss like that. It's humiliating. It's embarrassing. It's unfortunate. So, obviously, just off that loss alone, we have to go out there and try to do better. Obviously, we at home, so that's going to help us, and we have our crowd with us, and it's a big rivalry game, and everybody's going to be hyped. And on top of how we lost last time, that should spark some fire under us. And then we just got a good win on a Saturday night, so that should help us.
How much, this team has at times struggled to make shots, but a lot of the shots are actually good quite often. How much do you guys talk about like analytics into what you guys are doing, if at all?
Yeah, we definitely talk about the analytics, and we know where we are as far as the offensive team compared to all the other teams in the country. But honestly, Coach Hurley believes in us, and I know he gets bashed for that in the media all the time, and people think that this and that because he lets certain guys do things. But he watches us make those shots every day in practice. He watches guys work and shoot, and I don't know. Sometimes they just don't fall, but you're never supposed to lose confidence. He never loses confidence in us. He'll never tell us not to shoot or to pass the ball, or obviously. And people might say, hey, they're open for a reason, but we're gonna keep shooting. And if it's going, it's going. But that's never gonna stop us or shock our confidence.
Do you look at like your own personal profile and what some of these services say about like what is good or bad about your game from an analytics standpoint?
Not really. Obviously, everybody's gonna have their opinion on my game, but I'm just gonna go out there and play. Obviously, some games it might hit, some games it might not, but regardless, I'm still gonna shoot it because I know at the end of the day what I work on and the time I put in the gym, and I know that my coach believes in me to shoot that shot. So why would I listen to anybody else who's not shooting with me in the gym?
So it's a feeling of what is a good shot for you and what you're confident.
What feels good to me? If I'm just out there uncomfortable, or sometimes I might shoot a bad one, but I know that he knows that he'll tell me, okay, that was a bad one, and I'll know that I have to shoot a better one next time. But as far as people's opinion on my game, I really don't have much care for it.
Jamiya, what do you look at from the last game against U of A and say this aspect of it can definitely be different?
For sure, two things: paint defense and transition. Those are the two things that killed us. Obviously, they had a lot of points, but half of them were in the paint. And we also have to stop guys who don't really average that much from getting over the average. Bradley had 21. He doesn't average that many points, so we have to stop other guys. It's already hard enough to stop the main guys. We can't let other guys get off like that. But definitely transition defense, rebounding, and just trying to swarm the paint because they are bigger than us, and they know that, so they're trying to attack that paint. They're trying to get on transition, play to their strengths, so we have to kind of try to regulate them.
At this point of the season, because there's not like a high ceiling in terms of rising into the Pac-12 standings, and you're playing a great Arizona team rival, what are the motivations going into tomorrow?
As far as looking for the rest of the season goes?
Yeah, just what's your guys' mindset going into tomorrow, going forward?
Oh, tomorrow just going in to win. Obviously, every other team we pretty much split with, or we played one time, and we've competed with every team. So I think that just going into tomorrow and proving that we can be on the court with them and that we belong and that we can compete with them will definitely give us a boost going into the Pac-12 tournament where we can try to really make a run because, like I said, we've played all those other teams and we've competed with them, and we have the confidence that we can go in there and do something. But obviously, we're playing the top dog tomorrow, so we have to go in there and try to bring it.
When you talk about like the last 6 quarters, because you guys had a great comeback the game prior, and then you have a big win against a ranked opponent this weekend. What kind of magic can you take from those recent 6 quarters and carry on going forward?
We just have to be more consistent. We can't have games. We can't beat 2 different teams in one game. And that's what we were in the Washington game, and that's what we've been a few times this year as far as, having a good first half and then not having a good second half, or having these still 2-3 minute lapses where we can't score and we can't get a stop. We just have to be consistent and try to do the things that work and not forget that.
You guys went into that last game against Arizona on a 2-game winning streak. Obviously, the win Saturday night against Washington State. You just talked about trying to play, a complete 40 minutes. How do you maintain consistency and not worry about trying to, get too high or get too low? What's the key to consistency in your mind?
Not getting complacent. I think if you go out there and you stick to the fundamentals and the basic things of just playing hard, being a great teammate, playing together, and making the right play, then you'll never get too high and get too low, because that'll kind of keep you level-headed.
With this being senior night and the fashion of the last loss against Arizona, would you say this is the hungriest you guys have been all season to get a win, or is it just business as usual?
I think we've been hungry all year, but obviously it's a little added motivation on how we lost last time, and it's senior night, and it's at our home, so I think we'll be ready to play tomorrow.
Everybody good?
The Ballo and the challenge on the interior that you're talking about, like, what are the different sort of strategies that you think work against teams that have that size presence in the paint, and that you can avoid the foul trouble that happened in the last game?
We have to try to use our speed and athleticism and bring that into the game on the defensive end. We have to try to be everywhere and fly around. We showed that we could be a scrappy defensive team, be in the gaps, jump around. We've been out-heighted, however you want to say, in a few games, and we've won some. So I think that we just got to get back to that. I think the last game we let him position himself by himself down there a lot and let him get down too low where it was hard to stop him. And this time we have to kind of load to the ball, know that he's there, and kind of stop the paint first, then spray out the shooters.
Last time against them was you guys first looked at Caleb Love. What did you learn against playing him that first time, and how do you guys adjust to this time around against him?
Yeah, he's a good player. He definitely goes out there and plays with his own type of confidence and swagger. But just knowing that they kind of go as he goes, and regardless of how he's playing or what he's doing, he's going to go out there and play his game regardless. So I respect it, and he was definitely a good player, and we definitely got to have a game plan for him tomorrow.
Talking about the winning the interior battle, you've been the team's leading rebounder for the majority of the season. When you're out there on the court, how do you individually manage working through that size and getting to the glass?
Just trying to use my athleticism and time blocks. I know since I'm guarding a lot of guards and stuff, they don't really go for the rebounds. And honestly, I try to go get the rebounds because I'm trying to get back to offense. So I'm trying to go grab it off the rim so I can get down to the court and maybe make something happen for us, so we don't have to run that play and we can use play to our strengths.